E aí, velho? Alô? E aí, velho? Alô? Agora sim. Agora sim. Dessa disso. Então vamos começar aqui. Teste. Chuva. blá blá blá. Então, vamos começar Metal Gear Solid 3. Opa, chegou. E aí, meu bem? Você está bem, amorzinho? Tá dando pra me ouvir? Normal? Só diminuir um pouquinho o volume do jogo. Eu não vou aumentar, calma aí. Tô bem, amor. Tô melhor agora que você chegou. Tá dando pra ouvir minha voz de boa? O volume do jogo tá bom também? Tudo certinho? Tá alto o volume do jogo? Calma aí. Como é que agora eu vou ter que descobrir como diminuir o volume do jogo? Ah, calma aí, vamos pro menu? Acho que no jogo em si não vai estar tão alto. Mas tipo, minha voz em contraste assim com o volume do jogo tá boa? Tá dando pra escutar de boa? Sua voz que gostosa, te amo. Bom, então eu vou começar aqui pra tirar a música alta de fundo. Começar. Te amo muito. Você bebeu água, amor? Tá muito delay? Tem um delayzinho mesmo, aparentemente. E esse menu. Calma aí, só um minuto, deixa eu sentir. Nossa, parece que tem um filme passando pela minha cabeça só de assistir esse menuzinho. E pelos analógicos eu consigo controlar assim as cores, o movimento ali da camuflagem. Muito foda. Aí aqui eu consigo mudar a cor. Esse menu, ele sempre que eu assisto, eu vejo um filme passando na minha cabeça. Ele é muito épico. E ele hypa muito, pois é o primeiro Metal Gear da ordem cronológica. Beleza, eu vou começar aqui, rosa. Let's go. Face Blue Smiling. Você mandou o emoji, eu acho. Só que aqui pelo negócio do PlayStation tá só o código Face Blue Smiling. Bom, tá aqui o menu, deixa eu só dar uma explorada, né? Álbum de fotos, obviamente ainda não tem nada. Tutorial, ai meu Deus, botei. Cara, é a primeira vez que eu vou jogar. O Metal Gear Solid 3 em HD. Tipo, vou terminar ele, sabe? Ordem cronológica? Então, esse é o primeiro Metal Gear da ordem cronológica. Tipo, ele conta a história do primeiro Snake, o Big Boss, como toda a plot do jogo começou. E é aqui que tudo começa, é muito emocionante, só de lembrar do final. Opções, sangue ligado, view, câmera em terceira pessoa, captions, full screen, áudio. Aqui dá pra diminuir, aumentar o volume, qualquer coisa se for necessário. A gente mexe nisso aí depois. Te amo, vida. E o bolo tava bom? I play MGS series for the first time. Bom, vida, o que você acha que eu devo escolher? Você acha que eu devo escolher o primeiro? Pra, tipo, ter a primeira ali, experiência, entre aspas, Metal Gear? Ou coloco as outras 3 opções? Que elas vêm, tipo, com um detalhezinho extra, fazendo referência. E se eu coloco no MGS2, eu já venho com a máscara do Raiden. Agora eu não lembro o que acontece nas outras opções. Não sei se em MGS1 aumenta a dificuldade, não lembro. Então, tipo, dependendo da opção que eu coloco, eu ganho um itemzinho de início. Mas eu não lembro assim o que muda. Tipo assim, não lembro o que cada opção muda. Só essa terceira aqui, MGS2. Que o Snake começa o jogo com a máscara do Raiden. Que é tipo uma piadinha. É uma longa história. Mas eu vou colocar a primeira opção então. Não é dificuldade. Dificuldade, deixa eu ver. Ai meu Deus, fica voltando. Em vez de voltar só uma opção, eu volto várias. Beleza, ou 2, né? Vamos lá. Primeiro? Tá bom. Foi o primeiro, vai. E eu vou jogar no normal mesmo. Pode fingir, amor. Tipo, eita, começou.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Essa foi exatamente a introdução que eu usei no trabalho de Guerra Fria no 3º ano. Vou ficar em silêncio mesmo. Brian coming?
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask.
Também tô quieto porque tô prestando atenção.
Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
É o homem.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay, all green.
For drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spread your wings and fly. God.
Já vai ter o contexto. Essa introdução é puro cinema.
Jack, I've got some important news.
Contexto,
The head of
contexto.
the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
Ai, eu amo essa voz.
Training on.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. He used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the
Isso.
operation.
The security on the eastern side.
Tipo, esse cara com a voz mais assim, mais
We got Sokolov over in one piece.
carrancudo, eu acho que fala. É o Snake. E esse cara com sotaque inglês é o
2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the
Zero.
research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba.
Então,
But the Soviets didn't back down. Instead,
mas
placing
é
their
grossa,
armed forces
mas
on
não
secondary
nesse.
alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations
Daqui a
were
pouco eu
conducted
explico.
with the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey
ele
deal was
tem
a
acho
ruse.
que
The cover
uns
story
30
was fed
anos
to
nesse.
other intelligence agencies
28
around
anos,
the
na
world.
verdade.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the
Te amo.
Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight.
69.
Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov.
71.
Yes.
E
He was taken
contando.
back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. Once more, it's on the verge of completion.
Boa.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Não tem legenda, meu bem. É só em inglês mesmo. Ah, não. Tô vendo. O jogo tá alto, né?
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west.
Tá ótimo,
If we don't
então
get
tá.
Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking.
Já já eu falo melhor. Já já eu começo a jogar.
Once
A
we confirm
introdução
the
é
rescue of
longa mesmo.
Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proof.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Blá, 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 blá. Minha mochila. Já já eu começo a jogar, calma. É, eu aumentei a sensibilidade do microfone pra se eu me ouvir bem. Meio que é um jogo de história, vida, não tem muito o que fazer, tem bastante cutscene mesmo. Ó, um Snake. Ai, que calor.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on.
Cobra
You're not to
pelada.
mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
Exatamente.
I don't know if I'd ever
É
order
porque
one
você
at
tá
a
aqui,
restaurant.
você tá
Be
aqui, né?
careful, you might not have a
Aí
choice.
meu coração
What
tá
about you,
batendo
Major?
rápido.
What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me
Major
Major Tom.
Tom.
This will be a sneaky
Referência
mission.
David
You must
Bowie.
not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action
Ok.
button. I'll be monitoring your progress.
Já,
on the
já
radio.
respondo.
We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to
Yeah.
talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
E começou. Bom, deu pra entender a premissa, mano? Tipo, ainda vai ser explicado mais coisa, mas deu pra pegar assim de início. Agradecer ao sub-amor da minha vida, vulgo Vivi. Eu te amo muito. Porco, como assim? Ah, tá, eu rotei. Agora, como assim você não tá gostando da dublagem, vida? Como assim? O que há de errado com a dublagem? Bom, deixa eu ir lá pegar a mochila. Aqui eu tô com a faca e uma ração que dá pra recuperar com HP. Aqui. Sério que você não gostou da dublagem do Snake? Ah. Que tal me enviar um beijo? Eu aceito. Tem uma arma ali. Ah, da já eu pego. Não sei se é uma arma, né? Mas tem um item ali.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is
Tutorial.
fundamental to this mission.
Exatamente,
After you've been
tutorial.
out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop.
Ai, eu
Stamina
quero
gets too low,
donate.
it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your
basicamente ele tá
tranquilizer
explicando
gun or
aí,
your
né,
knife to hunt.
sobre os sistemas de caça, sobrevivência, alimentação.
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the
Qual
suppressor
deles
will
te lembra mais de
deteriorate every
alguém?
time you fire. Once its durability reaches zero, the noise suppression effect will be gone.
Então, o Snake, ele tem a voz assim um pouco mais leve nessa parte, porque de fato ele ainda tá jovem. E a gente vai ver o desenvolver do personagem dele durante esse jogo. E nos jogos seguintes também.
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Quero ver mesmo o seu nick. Aliás, só pra... eu vou falar agora, né? Até o final do jogo, talvez o Snake seja o seu novo Dad no lugar do Arthur. Desculpa falar. Talvez.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data.
Então agora o Major Zero vai apresentar os outros membros da equipe que vão fazer parte da missão ao longo do jogo. Essa personagem é muito legal, adoro ela.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snape?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your
É
health.
não, vida, calma aí, já explico.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Essa parte, olha.
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
The boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years is it then?
Boss?
Eu vou
That's
chorar.
right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can.
Foi.
I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top-secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top-secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
A idade dela é
Snake.
desconhecida.
Oh, right.
Tava vendo aqui.
Your code name is Snake. It
Na
suits you
verdade,
well.
todos os dados dela é
That's right.
desconhecido.
The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit. A group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes,
It's good to hear your voice again.
same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC. Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the
Já
north
já
of your
começa a
current
vida.
position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Snake, try to remember Tom the Basel of Circus. Ai ai, ok, Rocco.
commencing virtuous mission now.
Começou. Agora sim começou. Então, Vida, você perguntou o nome verdadeiro do Snake. O nome verdadeiro dele é John, mas quanto a sobrenome não tem nada definido, sabe? Tipo, ele falou John Doe, mas o sobrenome... Tipo, o nome em si é um pseudônimo. Pseudônimo famoso, assim, lá nos Estados Unidos. Tanto que a paramédica até respondeu falando que o nome dela era Jane Doe. Se eu não me engano, é um pseudônimo que significa que a pessoa não existe ou coisa assim. Não é ninguém. Mas o nome verdadeiro dele é John, sim. Jack é meio que um apelido, sabe? Tipo, tanto ele quanto o Raiden também chamam eles de Jack. E é isso aí. Imitar de novo. Snake, try to remember some of the basics of Circuit C. Aliás, Circuit C é esses golpes aqui, ó. É um estilo de combate. Um estilo de combate a curta distância que o Snake e a Boss desenvolveram juntos. Do jacaré. Jacaré do barulho estranho. Ai. Não foi uma boa ideia. Ok. E meu Deus, tem o seu jacaré aqui. Oh meu Deus, quero pegar a granada. Ah não, não precisa. Tem mais coisinha ali que eu vou tentar pegar. Imitar o Snake. Capturating, huh? Bom, peguei. Mano, como assim? Eu já tô morrendo. Eu achei que eu tinha botado ele pra dormir. Calma aí. Foi sem querer, de verdade. Nossa, já comecei no bando. Tenho que tomar cuidado pra não afundar aqui. Deixa eu ver. Tem um lugarzinho aqui que dá acesso a um lugar onde tem um sniper. Comida. Já deixa eu comer aqui. Que jogo bobinho. Eita. Vou comer uma cobra. Recuperar a vida. Tasty. Troféu conquistado, Snake Eater. O comedor de cobras. Gostou? Gostou? Eu sou o Snake Eater. Eu comi uma cobra, mano.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
Então, vida, essa é a subplot desse jogo. O Snake é tipo um homem meio psicopata. Ele é tipo um Luffy que caiu no meio de uma selva da Rússia. E a missão dele é devorar toda a flora existente na área.
Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your
Tá
camouflage
bom, é
by
tutorial. Eu vou dar um pulinho aqui. pensava que o nome dele fosse por conta do Brasil. Tá bom, vida. Eu vou alterar aqui a minha camuflagem pra eu me misturar melhor pela selva. Pronto. Ah, aqui é a máscara do Raiden. Pronto, bora lá. Tá bom, vida. Te amo muito. Bebe água, tá bom? Vou pausar aqui então. Vou ir ali desligar a luz e já vem. Ai meu Deus, deixei o fone cair. O microfone, quer dizer. Te amo muito. Opa! Tá me escutando, vida? Normal? Tudo certo? Alô? Eu esqueço do delay. Ah, sim. Perguntando por que quando eu fui levantar da cama sem querer o meu microfone caiu no chão. Dor. Mas bem, agora tudo certo, né? Aliás, amor, quando você tiver com sono, tá bom? Você pode falar. Vou continuar aqui o jogo. Já comi aquela cobra. Tipo, quando eu fico com pouco HP, tô mudando essas coisas, aí eu me alimento, né, com os animais, plantas, qualquer coisa que eu capturo aqui em comida, aí eu como e eu consigo, meu HP vai se regenerando. Ele só não se regenera se eu tiver ferido. Logo mais vai abrir ali a abazinha de cura, que é tipo, como eu explico? Quando eu sou ferido por uma bala, por exemplo, aí eu tenho que fazer todo um processo ali de remover a bala, usar desinfetante, colocar faixa, sabe? É bem interessante como funciona, bem imersivo, toda essa pegada de sobrevivência. Aham, amanhã eu trabalho, mas de boa. Ontem mesmo eu fui dormir, era 1 hora. Não tem problema não. Tem um cara vindo ali. Deixa eu ver como eu vou abordar ele. Será que ele vai me escutar aqui? Não. Ups. Foi por pouco. Nossa, eu tava caminhando mais devagar e mesmo assim ele escutou. Tem que puxar o analógico com mais leveza então. Opa, mais uma conquista. Será que eu vou platinar esse jogo em live? Alô? A sniper fica por aqui. Tá usando o teclado? Te amo. Aí, peguei a sniper. pegar essa cobrinha também. Hehehe. Não é à toa que me chamam de Metal Gear Solid 3, comedor de cobra. Olha que legal. Tá, parei. Vamos vazar antes que ele acorde. Ups. Ai, vala. Preciso me acostumar com os botões de novo. Eu vou aqui por cima. Tem um ali, ó. Na cabeça, na cabeça, na cabeça. Droga. Tome. Oi, vida. Ups, tem bem ali. Oi, meu bem. Pode falar. Corações? Pior que não, mano. Não consigo. Tô triste agora. Queria ver os corações. Será que tem alguma coisa lá embaixo? Ah, não. Aí, deitou. Queria ver os corações. Opa, óculos térmicos. É uma boa. Pior que, tipo, droga. Veio reforços ali. Tudo porque eu errei o tiro, daí fez barulho. Aí o cara ligou o rádio, botei ele pra dormir. Aí acharam estranho, porque como ele já tinha ligado e não falou nada, né? Mas tá tudo bem. Manda, amor, quero ver. Dormiu, dormiu. Quase. Tô aqui olhando o zap. Ah, que lindo, vida. Queria tá vendo. Pior que não aparece aqui no PlayStation. Queria tá vendo. Ah, é muito lindo. Tá lindo o seu set. Nossa. Muito bonito, amor. Gostei. Parabéns. Gostei. Adorei. Ai, não. Ufa. Ah, pior que eu perdi a cutscene. O Snake, ele chega assim, aí pega o binóculo, olha ali pra colmeia de abelhas e dá um sorrisinho. Porque é basicamente isso aqui, ó, pra fazer. Ele tá com colmeia de abelha. E olha a mágica. Aí é só ir atrás. Todos eles. Ai, droga. Eu acho que é porque eu tava com um alerta. Daí não coisou. Tomar cuidado aqui pra não ser visto. Dá um medo assim porque eu não lembro exatamente a posição dos inimigos. Peguei uma arma nova, mais itens. Aí. Medo de topar com um aqui. Esse jogo é de 2004. Aí, acho que dá pra ir. Consegui. Parou de chover. Vivi, eu te amo muito. Você é a mulher mais linda do mundo.
Major, I've
E é o
reached the
amor da minha
abandoned
vida.
factory where
Te amo.
Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. Security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Pior que tem mesmo. Mas
Your
eu
objective,
gosto
Sokolov,
dessa
is
estética.
inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that
Agora eu vi os
when you get to
corações.
Sokolov, I want you
Que
to tell him
lindo.
something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Então, sobre esse jogo aqui, eu particularmente acho ele bem bonito, mas de início ele tem bastante desse filtro de mijo mesmo. Mas depois que você chega em outras partes do jogo, que são mais de noite, tarde, daí ele diversifica um pouco e fica bem ainda mais bonito. Eu entendi, velho. Ah, tá, entendi agora. Derrubar esse aqui. Droga. Mano.
The enemy! He's here! Just my imagination.
Ótimo. Agora eu deixei eles em alerta. Em atenção, na verdade. Tem que tomar cuidado aqui. Aí. Deixa eu deitar aqui. Esse outro aqui talvez vai ser um problema. Ah, essa guitarrinha de fundo eu amo demais. Peguei. Deixa eu ver agora. Sabe uma coisa que eu tenho que equipar? É o dispositivo de sonda, que aí ele detecta qualquer calor assim próximo. Acho que já tá equipado. Eu queria equipar um cigarro também. Só que aí eu vou perdendo vida. Ai. Aqui o motion. Deixa eu ver. Peguei uma shotgun aqui. O anime Charuto gosta. Charuto usa o crack? Droga. Ó, tem dois ali, ó. Não dá pra eu chegar lá agora. Nem se eu fazer barulho eles vão vir aqui. Então tudo em alerta. Deixa eu ver por onde posso me esgueirar. Então, meu Deus, eu já ia me levantando aqui. Olha aqui em cima. Ai, ai. Aí, saiu. Aí ele ficou lá em cima. Ouviu meus passos. É porque acho que é porque é ruim, tipo, enxergar por causa da tela pequena, né? Ah, então, agora sim. Aham. Vala. Dei de cara com a cobra. E lá ele. Estão tudo atrás de mim. Vala. Deixa eu ver, acho que aqui tá seguro. Ah, tem um ali. Ah, só pra constar, é tipo, eu não tô atirando pra matar eles. Eu tô usando um tranquilizador. Mas eventualmente eu posso pegar uma arma pra usar pra matar mesmo. Ai, fiz barulho. Dei um pulão aqui. Peguei. Droga. Ainda tô me acostumando com os botões de novo. Mas consegui chegar. Eu sou Sokolov. Saúde, meu bem.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men?
Te
You'll
amo.
never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
Não, meu
What
bem.
does it mean?
Então, tipo, você vai entender qual é do jogo ao decorrer dele.
But we've got
Acho
no
que na
time for
verdade é
this.
muito pelo
We've got to get me out
contrário.
of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as
Metal
Thunderbolt.
Gear, assim como um todo, é um jogo muito com a mensagem
Never heard of him.
anti-imperialista e critica muito os
He's
Estados
a member
Unidos.
of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage.
Então, o pessoal joga esse jogo, só que, sei lá, muita gente não entende, sabe? Acaba ficando entre aqueles grupinhos de adolescente Ed. Então, Metal Gear ele mistura bastante fatos reais com ficção. Por isso tem bastante cutscene.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem.
Eu comecei a jogar, tipo, zerei pela primeira vez em 2018. Eu tinha 16 anos.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Is that so? America is truly a frightening country.
Qual foto?
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Assim, a gente tem que fingir que eles estão falando em russo.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I managed to get past them.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
O sinal da boss sumiu. Ué. Ih, manda, meu bem.
Freeze!
Moiou.
So this is the legendary boss.
Ó o homem.
Huh? Meow. Last.
Ocelot.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. What's a Gru soldier doing here?
Soldier?
Bota na cabeça, que estilo, não é má. É o Major Ocelot.
He's the Ocelot commander.
That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
Ele é um desgraçado maravilhoso.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
Ele é o que vem a ser um dos vilões principais da saga. Mas de início aí ele é meio que só um cara arrogante. Te amo muito, você que é linda. Ele tá levando o Sokolov. Tipo, tá todo mundo atrás do Sokolov. Tem várias organizações políticas assim visando ter a posse do Sokolov porque ele é um cientista muito valioso, sabe? E eles estão em plena Guerra Fria, corrida armamentista. O pessoal shippa muito ele com o Snake. Aham. Essa cena. Miau!
Crew operatives? What is that stance? That gun.
Ele mia e a tropa dele chega. Miau!
If you're not the boss,
nossa, olha essa direção do cinema.
then die.
Snake solo.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
Foi de soninho. Que homem. Impossible.
You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil.
Absorb the recoil.
That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog!
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Faz. You're pretty good. Pretty good.
Major, do you read me?
I read you.
So...
Snake, you alright?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
Young Gun. Então, vida, tipo... talvez não pareça, mas muita coisa desse momento agora, que acabou de passar, acabou de definir certas coisas do futuro da série, como o Snake dando conselho pro Ocelot sobre ele cometer o erro de tentar fazer aquela manobra com a arma usando uma pistola automática. Ele fala que na verdade aquilo era mais uma habilidade assim para revólver. E depois desse encontro o Ocelot vai passar a usar revólveres, lentamente se tornando Revolver Ocelot. Olha aqui um easter egg que interessante. Troféu conquistado, problema resolvido, a série acabou.
Snake, you can't do that. The future will change. You'll create a time paradox.
Time paradox. Só um easter eggzinho. Problema resolvido, a série acabou. Time paradox. Amor, quem vence? Uma bomba de hidrogênio ou um bebê tossindo? É muito bom isso. É agora, hein? É agora.
You okay? Those men were from the
Final do
Ocelot
prólogo.
unit, Spetsnaz.
Yes. The best GRU has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were making you build.
Yes. The Shagohod. The treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBM.
Delícia.
Launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain.
Oh,
Deixa eu
yes.
cheirar.
And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo. Is that thing finished?
No. This is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2.
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War?
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
Ao todo, assim, na média, são 14 horas de jogo. É um jogo relativamente curto, mas depende, assim, do quanto a gente explora. É meu jogo favorito, amor. Olha lá, olha lá.
Boss?
Acho que essa é a quarta vez, Zero. Ou até a quinta.
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Hornets.
Então, por onde eu começo? É como a boss falou, ela tá desertando pra União Soviética.
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself. It's raining blood. Is he crying?
Eu sei que parece estranho, mas todas as respostas vão chegar no momento certo.
Kuwabara, Kuwabara. Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
É estranho, mas as respostas vão chegar.
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift for my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear
Nossa, o
warheads.
Snake fica incrédulo quando ela fala que vai desertar.
These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras.
Aham, ela tá abandonando os Estados Unidos pra
What are you talking
E
about?
pro lado da União Soviética.
Think you can pull the trigger?
He's seen my face. We can't let him live. If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him. Jack, you can't come with us.
The new blood has been rejected.
Ela é de cabelo solto.
Are we done here?
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it.
Chim.
Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer with the start button.
Tutorial, vou pular. Ouch. Hora de se curar, lembra do negocinho de cura que eu falei? É isso aqui, ó. Sofrendo de um corte profundo. Oi, vida. Tá vendo fofoca? Que fofoca? Me remendar desinfetar aqui. Ainda não foi desinfetado. Acho que tem que usar. Aqui onde? Prontinho. Deixa eu ver aqui, é corte profundo. Desinfetar e colocar a bandagem. Não, não é aqui. Bandagem, desinfetar também. Tipo, não precisa ser em ordem, sabe? Pronto. Aqui, osso fraturado. Aqui. E bandagem. Bandagem, desinfetar, costura. E aqui. Osso quebrado também. Esperando, quero a fofoca, quero fofoca. Prontinho. Oi, meu bem. Calma aí, já se conta.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
Conta aí, amor, rapidão. Calma aí, vida. Esse momento, não esquece dele até o final do jogo. Ih, rapaz do céu, o bicho matou uma criança. Ele namorou uma cachorra?
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
19? Meu Deus.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death.
You KGB.
We may be able to use her.
Ela vai ser bem importante na história.
She has spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Esse momento.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Porque esse único momento muda toda a trajetória do jogo. Ele disparou um míssil americano, um míssil nuclear, causou uma tragédia nuclear em solo russo, né, soviético. E a partir daí você já adivinha o problema político que isso gera. Porque ele é psicopata, vida. Porque ele quer ver o caos. Porque o objetivo dele é literalmente ter uma guerra mesmo, em escala global, entre os americanos e os soviéticos. E é isso aí, a abertura do anime. Deixa eu só salvar o jogo agora. 1h25. Só sente vida agora. Eu vou chorar.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart. But you're so supreme.
I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my life, there will be every end. Crime is the way I fly to you. I still in a dream, naked earth. Someday you go for the rain. Someday you feel electrified.
It's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor,
But for you.
in my time. There'll be no one
Bebê tossindo versus bomba de hidrogênio. Bom, agora o jogo começa pra valer. Te amo. Só esperar a cutscene acabar, daí eu vou pausar. Só ver mais essa parte, daí eu vou deitar, tá bom?
Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuosa mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you, too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This Fox is still one step ahead of the Hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson? Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB-754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard then? The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin? Of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the Boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The Boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells?
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. Serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence?
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week. And if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal?
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. We've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
Te amo. Te amo muito, muito, muito mais.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov.
Já vou
Find
fechar.
out what's happened to the Shagahod. Then
Só
destroy
vou
it.
terminar
And finally,
a conversa
eliminate the
deles
boss.
aí. Aí eu vou fechar.
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll
Snake
be taking
Eater.
on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volkin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagahod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? Came out last year.
Must have missed that one.
Aí, as referências a
It's based
filmes
on a
nesse
true story
jogo.
about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But
I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels that was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
From square 0. My frequency is 140.85. Oh, I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96. And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate the research facility. If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in last week.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How will I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, who are the Patriots? And Lali Lulelo.
Lali Lulelo.
Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent. To the Khrushchev regime at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission. Snake, if you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
Commencing Operation Snake Eater. Ok, vou salvar o jogo agora.
Paramedic.
Snake, it's so good to hear from you again.
Same here. It's been a week, hasn't it?
4 days, actually.
Huh?
I visited you in the hospital. You were still unconscious, though.
Then you must have seen me naked.
Yeah, but you were all wrapped up
Os
in
diálogos
bandages
com
and
ela
tape, so
são
I
os
couldn't do
melhores.
anything but look.
Better luck next time.
Let's hope so. But seriously, don't forget that you were like that until just yesterday. In fact, you really shouldn't even be on this mission. Keep an eye on your stamina gauge. If you start to run low, don't push yourself. Eat something to replenish your stamina. And try not to get yourself hurt. If you're wounded or get bitten by a venomous animal, go into the survival viewer immediately and treat yourself using Cure.
Yeah. I can see you still know how to nag.
O nome dela é
And I
Paramedic.
can see you still know when to keep your
Paramedic.
mouth shut.
Maybe so. By the way, I heard you're going to lose your medical license if this mission fails.
Yes, there was talk of that, but the mission won't fail, will it?
Of course not.
Good. I believe in you. But you know what? I really don't care about my medical license.
Didn't they use that to force you to participate in this operation?
No, I volunteered.
Why?
So that I could watch over you. Snake, you're the best agent I've ever seen. But you push yourself too hard.
Pior que o nome dela é Paramedic mesmo.
Someone has to stop you from getting into trouble. To make sure
Tipo,
you
todos
and the boss
eles
don't-
usam codinomes, sabe?
So that's
The
why
Boss, Major
I
Zero,
mean, you couldn't ask for a better guardian angel than me, right?
Snake.
Thanks.
Stop right there. You can thank me when you get back.
All right.
Salvar o jogo.
Okay, good luck, Snake.
Thanks.
Então agora toda vez que eu for salvar o jogo, depois que eu salvar eles ficam falando sobre algum filme. Vola. É igualzinho a mim. Olha. Pareceu, né, amor? Ah, é. Olha isso aqui que legal. Calma aí. Como é que faz mesmo? Calma aí. I want some more. Pera aí, deixa eu ver como faz. Que eu não lembro. Acho que é assim. Calma aí. Será que é assim? Não lembro. Quero fazer ele vomitar. Análise. Acho que ele tem que comer mais. Tipo, tem que comer bastante e ficar girando ele até ele vomitar. Senão não funciona. Ah, vomitou. Consegui. Tinha que voltar pro jogo. Ai, ai. Vamos vomitar de novo. Pior que ele perdeu stamina. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, não vomitou não. É, acho que tem que... Vomitou sim. Gostei. Tadinho mesmo. Ó, cobra. Ah! Análise. Tá bom, vida, então eu vou fechar aqui, tá bom? Ai, meu perna. Eita. Isso é a barriga dele roncando, só pra constar, tá bom? Nossa, parece o Ícaro. Te amo, vida. Vou fechar aqui, tá bom? Mando mensagem no zap. Te amo, meu bem. Bebe água, tá bom? Fechando aqui. Tá bom, vida. Até mais.